Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Tanya to Guide. So in this chapter, I'm going to explain you about concepts of database management system. So before that, you have to know some technical terms, what is meant by data and also what is meant by information. So a data is a raw, unprocessed form of facts and figures. It is usually meaningless. For example, 3 Deepthi. For example, here I'm writing 3:30 Deepthi. Okay, so what is this data? By looking at this, you can say this is a number, this is a number, and this is some name, right? But can you say whether it is a meaningful or not meaningful? You cannot say it, right? So this is something, call it as a data. A data is something which is meaningless, which is raw, so which is unprocessed. That can be called as a data. So now if you make these data into a meaningful one, that will become information. So now how the information is being processed, see here. For suppose Deepthi has obtained 90, 80, 70 marks in 3 subjects. In any particular subject, that may be English, science, social, whatever it may be. So this will become information. Nothing but meaningful data can be called as information. So once again I am repeating, a data is raw facts, okay, figures, or else you can say it as just numbers or text. Okay, so here you can see this is a number, this is a text, right? So likewise you can say that information processed data can be information. Okay, so I hope everybody got a clear idea between data and information. This is a raw, this is a processed one. So now database is a collection of data, so that is stored in a systematic manner. Okay, so whatever that may be, if you store that in a systematic order, that will become a meaningful one, and the database is a collection of data. Now let us see different kinds of technological terms, that is rows. So rows can be referred to as records. Okay, a record can be called as rows also. So the horizontal lines are called as rows, the vertical one is called as columns, right? So now see here, a database consists of one or more tables. A table holds in the form of rows and columns. So what is the form of a table? A table can be in a form of rows or it may be columns. Okay, so now let us see an example of a table here. So here I'm just drawing a table. Now see here, this is a table. So here it is consisting of rows and columns, right? So let us write R1, R2. So this is row 1, row 2. Okay, so let us write some 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here you can write names or something. So this whole thing is called as a table. This whole thing is called as a table. So the horizontal one is called as rows, the vertical lines are called as columns. So in the textbook it is given rows and columns. So now see, this whole data is called as students table. In this students table, this roll number, name, marks underscore English, marks underscore Hindi, marks underscore maths are your fields. Okay, fields are something like columns. Okay, you can call the fields as columns or else you can call it as attributes also. So remember these words whenever you are writing in your examination. It is very important for you to remember these words. If you write the whole information but if you miss this word, the people who are correcting your papers, they will not understand what technology or what kind of that specific word. So you need to mention it very clearly. Got it everybody? So now see here, these are called as fields, right? So the horizontal one are rows actually. Okay, so there is another name for this. Rows are called as records. Okay, so now 3, Deepthi, 90, 88, 70, these are numbers or text, right? So that is the reason we can call it as data. Okay, so now data, records, data, and also fields. Till now everybody is clear, I guess. So now let us move forward. Now who will use this database management system? You may get a doubt, right? So database management system is used by developers, administrators, and end users. So developers are the people who develop and design a database. Nothing but they develop is different kind of software. So administrators, what these administrators will do is they'll keep on tracking your data. They can edit your data, they can authorize your data. Okay, so now end users are those in your schools, teachers, students who are using, they are called as end users. So till now this is just an introduction of database management system. Let us recollect once again what we discussed till now. So what is a data? What is an information? What is a field? What is a row? Or else what is a record? So a row and record, can it be same? There is a question. So now please let me know your answers in the comment section. So row and column, is it same? No, it is not same. But row and record are same. Got it? So fields means columns, rows means records. So now in this there are different kinds of advantages of database management system. So enforcement of data standards. For suppose standardized data can be interchanged or that can be exchanged. So that is the thing which is happening with this database management system. So that is the reason most of the people will be using this only. And also the data can be available anytime from anywhere and multi users can access it. So that is the reason most of the people will be preferring database management system. Now there are different kinds of concept of keys in this database management system, which is very important. So now let us see what is that. So this keys plays a very important role. So in your real life, you lock to your door, right, whenever you go outside. So what is the purpose of locking your door? To keep your important things nicely or to keep it safe manner. So that is the reason you will lock your door. The same way, in order to avoid any kind of disturbances or else in order to avoid any kind of duplicancies, so for that we will be using the keys concept. And also in this database, this keys plays a very vital role. So let us understand a very detail into the different kind of keys. So primary key is the first one, next composite key, and the next one is foreign key, and the last one is candidate key. So primary key, what is a primary key? It is a key which one or more fields, so which is unique to identify each record in a table. It does not contain any duplicate data. For suppose, let us take an example. See here. Here you are having teacher's ID, teacher's name, teacher's address and school name, right? So now see here, teacher's ID can be unique one. Okay, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015, 1016. So this teacher ID are the primary key fields and these cannot be duplicated. So please understand the table. I am explaining once again. Here teacher's ID, teacher's name, teacher's address and also school name are there. So now see here, this teacher ID cannot be duplicated because even if the names are same also, there should be one factor where you have to find it out very easily, right? So that is teacher's ID. This ID is always unique. So that is the reason we are mentioning it as a primary key. So now teacher's address and school name. Okay, so there are certain kind of rules to define a primary key. Primary key is always unique as we discussed earlier. It simply means two rows cannot have the same name, okay, or else same value. So if you mention 1011 and if you mention here also 1011, that is not a valid one. So the two rows should not have the same value. Now moving forward to the second one, the primary key field cannot be null. So if you give some space and if you start writing Yogita, Noida, Rosemary School, that is not a valid one. So the primary key should not be a null value. And also the value in a primary key can be never modified or never updated if any foreign key refers to that primary key. So this value can never be modified or never be edited. Okay. So why? Because if that it refers to a primary key, that cannot be modified. Now moving forward to composite primary key or else composite key you can call it as. So this is something like where a customer will buy different kind of products, right? So the products may be different, but what is the thing which we will be having here? So they will be having multiple entries, right? So the same customer is having multiple entries. So that is the reason, see here, customer ID, product count. So the same IDs they were having, but it is of different entries. So their entries may be different and the products are different. So by this what you understand? See, 001 is duplicated. In this composite key, it can be duplicated because the same customer is coming with multiple entries. Okay, the customer is same but is coming with one more different ID. So now here you can see the product codes are different for the same customer also. And the product count is obviously different because sometimes they may buy 2 counts, sometimes they may buy 5 items, 6 items like that. So now what I wanted to conclude is the difference between a composite key and the difference between a primary key is that in primary key you cannot duplicate it. Okay, whereas in composite key you can have it duplicates. I hope everybody clear till here. So now moving forward to the foreign key. A foreign key which is having relation between the first one and the second one. That is nothing but the relation between two tables. So now let us see here. Here there is a two table, students table and students percentage table. In these two tables, what do you observe? Here we are having roll number, name, address, contact. And here in the second students percentage table, you are having roll number, percentage and grade. So now see here, 101, Rohan, Delhi and their contact has been given. In this particular, what do we call this 101, 102 and 103? These are called as records. Yes or no? The horizontal one are called as records or else we can call it as rows. Okay. Now roll number, name, address, contact, these are called as fields. The columns are called as fields or else we can simply say it as attributes also. So now in this students table we are having roll number 101, 102, 103. These are the primary keys, right? So using this primary key we are interlinking with the same roll number again here 101, 102, 103. But this roll number is a reference for the percentage table. That means 101's name, address, contact has been given over here and his percentage and grade has been given in the another table. So now we are just interlinking with the first table with the second link. Now see here 101 and if you say 101 you can check the date of this 101, that is nothing but 89 and 8%. Okay, now 102 Pooja, Pune and its contact. So she got 59% with C grade. Now 103 Neha, Noida. So the same 103 is referring over here. She got 70% with B grade. So this is something like interlinking between two tables. There is a link between the first table, student table and the second student's percentage table, right? So the last one is candidate key. A key might have more than one or fields, that is called as candidate key. Like ID, department ID, your date of birth, first name, something like that can be called as candidate ID. So by this, the database management chapter has been completed. So it is very, very important. This is just an introduction of the database management system. Thank you all. Please let me know how well you understood in my comment section. Thank you.